You lie in a dark, sealed cavity. You are completely paralyzed. Your eyes see no darkness and no light. Your ears hear nothing. The only thing you feel are shocks of electricity running through you. These pulses arrive at different intensities. Isolated jolts alternate with rapid clusters that strike dozens of times per second, before dissipating back into the void. This sequence of total sensory deprivation and erratic voltage is occurring inside your skull right now. Anatomically, the brain sits trapped in a bone dungeon, communicating only through the cranial nerves and spinal cord. Every piece of information travels up these pathways as electrical pulses, the brain's only currency. But even though the brain only receives these uniform shocks, that isn't what we experience. Instead of a raw stream of voltage, we experience the smell of coffee, the color blue, or the pitch of a song. Philosophers call the abyss between these nerve impulses and our conscious feelings the hard problem. It remains unclear how a biological circuit, however complex, generates the qualitative feeling of a sunny day rather than just processing data. For decades, many neuroscientists avoided the issue of consciousness entirely. They argued that because feelings are private and subjective, we should only investigate observable physical behavior. But behavior doesn't always reveal what a person experiences. In 1998, researchers studied a patient known as MS, whose visual cortex had been damaged by a viral infection. He lived in a world of shades of gray, unable to see any color at all. When MS looked at a screen of identical shapes, where one was a different color, he stated he could see no difference. His conscious mind was blind to the outlier. Yet when asked to move his eyes toward the outlier, he performed better than chance. His brain was passing color information to his eye muscles through a shortcut that bypassed his conscious experience. This suggests that detection and behavior can function on their own, proving that the conscious mind is a distinct phenomenon that requires its own explanation. If we aren't just passive recorders of data, how does the brain construct the reality we actually feel? It acts as an interpreter. It takes the uniform language of electrical spikes and translates them into qualities like warmth or redness. We see this translation in real time with optical illusions, like the viral blue or white dress. The electrical signals entering the eye are the same, but different brains interpret those signals as two entirely different sets of colors. The brain also provides unity, stitching separate sensory inputs into a single seamless situation. These white lines show how our eyes dart erratically across a painting. Physically, our retinas receive a series of staggering images that should make us nauseous, but we perceive a stable, calm room. The brain corrects for the chaos of its own sensors, acting more like an illusionist than a simple camera. This distinction between physical signals and internal experience has consequences that reach far beyond a lab. In locked-in syndrome, a patient is fully conscious and aware, but because of a nearly complete body paralysis, they cannot express a single thought. Tragic cases like Terry Schiavo's center on this exact problem. After severe oxygen deprivation, her brain was irreparably damaged, leaving her unable to communicate for 15 years. The ensuing legal battle wasn't about her physical health, but about whether her consciousness still existed, whether there was still an inner world behind her eyes. In these edge cases, the presence of subjective experience is the only line between a person and a body. Our internal feelings define our lives. The way we feel about our gender, our destination, or our suffering is more central to our identity than our physical appearance. Everything that makes life worthwhile, joy, love, or the appreciation of music, occurs within this internal translation. We return to the brain in its dark skull. It is a prisoner, but it is not a victim. It has managed a miracle, turning a silent universe of electrical shocks into the vibrant world we call reality.